we are getting ready to sell the fifth wheel here. And I am going to have to probably winterize this camper for 2 weeks and then de-winterize it. There she is. So, it's always fun working on somebody else's camper that you really don't know that well. Another step in this fun transition of selling the camper and buying a new camper and staying in this camper temporarily. There's always a few little sneaky spots that that may bite you after you go to de-winterize these things. So, how do you guys feel about the rubber ducks, the Jeep peeps? I'm just asking because we already got like 7 of them in here, maybe more. Guys, what's going on? Now, as many of you know who follow the channel, we are getting ready to sell the fifth wheel here, and things are looking pretty good. I just got back from the NRVTA, the National RV Training Academy down in Texas. I just got back in yesterday, and the guy who's actually interested in purchasing our Solitude, he flew in and he met up with us, and it's looking pretty good. As long as he can close the deal on him closing his house and selling his house, he wants to move forward with buying the Solitude and our truck, which is a huge bonus, so that's awesome. But that leaves us kind of in limbo because we have not bought the new RV yet. And I know a lot of people who, again, were watching the channel, were talking to me down at the National RV Training Academy, and they were asking me, well, what are you guys doing? What are you buying? Where are you going to live in the meantime? And the idea is that my in-laws have a Grand Design Reflection, and it's actually in storage in this campground. So it's just up the hill over there. And what we want to do is, hopefully, if the deal goes through, and next month they would come up and they would purchase the Solitude. They would stay here for a few days. We told them, hey, stay for a few days on our lot, and we'll show you how everything works, how to hitch up, go through all the systems. They've never RV'd before, so, you know, a lot to learn there. And once they pull it away and they leave, we'll bring the Reflection down to the lot that we own here, and we will just stay in that fifth wheel in the meantime until we actually purchase the Super C that we're looking at, or when we find one. But in the meantime, we have the process of going through everything and trying to figure out what to do with it. And it's kind of like, okay, you know, this right here has to stay with the Solitude. It's, you know, that's, we're going to leave that here. Okay, we're going to need this in the next fifth wheel, okay, you know, and this needs to go to storage because we don't need it in the Reflection meantime, but we will need it eventually. So we're trying to kind of sort through everything and figure out what needs to go to storage, what do we want to keep, what do we need for the Super C, what's staying with the Solitude, what do we need to like get by and live with in the other fifth wheel. So it's quite the process. And I'm going through here and I'm separating all kind of things into boxes, what I'm going to give him, what needs to stay here. And we're just doing that. And it's kind of a hot mess. As you guys know or can imagine, after living in this for, you know, almost basically 6 years, I have a lot of crap. And a lot of it is actually in storage that I need to bring back here to the camper. A lot of it is spare parts. You know me, I love having my spare parts. So I'm going through all the spare parts and trying to figure out, again, what do I want to take with me? What's a spare part of something that I'm taking with me? And what's a spare part of something that goes to this camper here? So that's kind of the process that we're going through right now. But I'm on a time constraint as well. I'm only home for 2 days. I got to fly right back to New York. I go back to New York for 2 weeks to go back to work. And then I come home, and I'll probably have 1 day to finish moving out of here. You know, I mean, obviously Megan's going to be here trying to do what she can. But when I come home, we'll basically have 1 day to get everything that we've been living with, dishes and clothes and all that stuff, out of here so that they can come up Friday and basically take ownership. It's amazing. I come across this stuff and I don't even know what it goes to, and I got to sit here and look at it for a while and think about it and try to figure out, what do all these nuts and bolts go to? I guess that's what this little white space is for, huh? Like a nice permanent marker and maybe label things. But oh, you know what this is? This is all the equipment and the hardware for the original pin box that's on here. Yeah, when we switched out to the Reese, obviously I still have the old pin box. It's in storage, and that may be something that the new owner wants. So note to self, I got to go get that. And if he wants the original pin box, well, I'll have to give him this stuff too. I don't know why he would. He's buying the truck, which is, again, all set up for the Reese Goose box, which we have right here. So, but I'll see what he wants to do, and I'll put this in the box of needs to stay here, wherever that box is at. Tech motor. You never have enough Tech motors laying around. What's funny is, I don't even think this is good. I think this is the old one. I think I just kept it in case I wanted to rip some parts out of it or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll throw this one away. Yeah, trash pile. Tell you one thing, we started off at about 33 degrees this morning, and it feels like 70 right about now, so time for a wardrobe change. You guys will love this one. So, what am I doing today? Well, I just told you about the situation of us possibly staying in my in-laws' fifth wheel for a few weeks while we're transitioning from camper to camper. That's if this deal goes through here tomorrow. We don't know if this is all going to work out, but here's my problem. The Grand Design Reflection, which we would be staying in, is sitting up here on this storage lot right here in the campground. And it's just in a storage lot. It doesn't have no hookups or no power or nothing like that. Well, it's getting cold out. It's starting to go down to about 33 degrees at night. I'm leaving tomorrow to go back to New York for 2 weeks. So I am going to have to probably winterize this camper for 2 weeks and then de-winterize it. So I'm not thrilled about this. I would love to just chance it, but the forecast is showing like 31, 32, and who knows what's going to happen the second week I'm gone. And I would hate to have to move into the Reflection and have everything screwed up because we didn't winterize it. And the funny thing is, I've never actually had to winterize a camper before because I've always lived in it. So with the temperatures just looking like it may get down to 32, 31, and we're talking for like an hour at the morning, like 6:30 to 7 kind of thing, I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to use the Viair pump, do compressed air, and then just put some antifreeze down into the P-traps and hope that does the job. There she is. Now, I'm putting the battery in here just because I want to get some power to the RV, and I want to actually just test the water pump. And even though I don't have water hookups, I want to just turn the water pump on just to see if it even comes on, if it works, and just kind of give it a quick basic kind of test. Let's go over here and just see if this water pump even comes on now that I've hooked up the battery. I've located it. It's a mess in here. Yeah, fun stuff. It's always fun working on somebody else's camper that you really don't know that well, on top of doing a process like, well, winterization that I've never done. I mean, I get it. I know what to do. But anyways, let's see if this pump works. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so that's good. We can hear that's coming on. I'm going to go inside and check a few other things. Definitely want to put some down here to just make sure you keep that seal that gasket down there from drying up. Get some of these other ones. Well, I think I got it all. Kind of had to figure out about the tankless water heater that's on here. I've never used a tankless water heater. There's one on this unit. They had it installed a while ago. After just watching a couple e-trailer videos about this exact model, you can basically blow the compressed air through it. They still recommend always pumping the antifreeze through it if you can, which you wouldn't do with the standard water heater. But I think this is going to be good. Again, we're talking like 2 weeks. Temps aren't going to even be that cold, but I figure better safe than sorry. We got everything drained, everything buttoned up. So I think we're going to wrap it up and close everything down. And remember to take the battery out of here because we don't want the battery going bad either. So anyways, just another step in this fun transition of selling the camper and buying a new camper and staying in this camper temporarily. So, and by the way, guys, I'm no expert on winterizing a camper by any means, but if you're just watching this, don't forget to always do the black flush line if you do have one. The city water connection is not going to get that, so you need to hook up your air to the black flush as well to blow that line out, as well as the outside faucets that we have, the little shower handles, and then as well as your freshwater tank line, the line going to your freshwater tank. You need to get that via the pump, so you may have to switch over to dry camping mode and blow the water pump out, because again, just hooking up to city water is not going to do that. If you don't have, say, a Nautilus panel, you have to probably go to your water pump and you know, maybe disconnect the line and hook something up to blow it out directly. If you're using air, or if you're using the antifreeze, you still have to pump stuff through there. So just think about that when you're doing this, that there's, you know, there's not just hooking up the city water, pumping the stuff in there, running the opening the faucets, and that's it. There's always a few little sneaky spots that that may bite you after you go to de-winterize these things. So just kind of, you go running through it all. And I will put a link down to a video from Ross. He's with RV Tips and Travels. He does awesome stuff, guys, and he's got like 3 videos on the winterizing, de-winterizing, air versus antifreeze, and all that good stuff. So go check him out. I'll have that down below for you guys. Now it looks like we just got to go make a storage unit run, get a bunch of things over there. These are all the fun things I usually do on my last day home before I got to fly back to work. It's usually a mad rush to get tons of stuff done, because you guys can only imagine, you know, how much stuff do you have to do before you go away on, say, on like a 2-week vacation. So I kind of have that going through my head all the time, and always got a lot to do on the last day home, but we'll knock it out. Just extra stuff to do with this whole transition we got going on. So time's up. 2 weeks goes by fast. We're headed to the Chattanooga airport because I have to go back to work now. So as you guys know, it's been a pretty wild and hectic 2 weeks home as usual, but we have been trying to sell the RV. We've had somebody come look at it. Things are looking promising, but no offers yet, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We're hoping this goes through. We'll see when I get home, but for now, back off to the tugboat, and it's just been a whirlwind of 2 weeks. You guys can stay tuned. You guys, if you follow the channel, I spent a week down at the National RV Training Academy in Texas. That was super awesome. Had tons of fun down there. But when you do things like that and you're only home for like 13 days and seven of them are spent away, your time just goes by really quick. In fact, what were we saying? How many days have I been home in the past 3 months?
2. No, I don't know.
It feels like it. I think from September, October, November, I've actually been home at the RV like a total of 12 days. So yeah, so just stay tuned to the channel and follow along as we figure out this whole RV thing out, and eventually, hopefully, find the Class C, Super C that we're looking for, and the transition we have to make to try to get into that, squeeze into one of those things, you know? So, yeah, should be fun stuff. But as for now, back to New York for 2 weeks. So,
yep. And wish us luck on getting this sold.
Yes, yes. And if just in case, if anybody out there is looking for a fifth wheel, as of now, it's still for sale. And the truck.
Yep.
By the way, for all my fellow Jeep owners out there, now that we're Jeep owners, comment down below, because I'm curious, how do you guys feel about the rubber ducks, the Jeep peeps? I'm just asking, because we already got like 7 of them in here, maybe more, and I'm not too sure I'm so crazy about them. I
think it's like you're either all in or you're all out.
Yeah, I might be all out. They just seem to get in the way when I clean the dash and putting the sun visor up. I take a fast corner and they go flying around. Yeah, I'm not too sure I'm like down with the Jeep peeps. So let me know, you Jeep owners, what do you guys think about them? You guys in or out on the Jeep peeps? I got a feeling I'm stuck with them, because I think Megan.
Yeah, you know what I have to say about that?
Yeah.
Duck you.
Yeah, duck me. Yep, I got a feeling I'm stuck with the ducks. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring that one up. So.
Okay, back to looking at the Ocoee.